For many years, he has welcomed spiritual leaders from across the country to Ottawa and to his archdiocese. Please welcome His Grace Terrence Pendergrass, Archbishop of Ottawa. Accueillons Monseigneur Pendergrass.
Merci beaucoup. Good afternoon. Bonjour. Ce soir, cet après-midi, nous n'avons pas des évêques du Québec parce qu'ils sont tous à Rome avec le Saint-Père pour leur visite à Limina. Mais ils ont envoyé leur message d'encouragement et de paix. So many of the bishops from Quebec are not able to be with us because they're still making their visitation in Rome. But I'm very happy to bring greetings from Cardinal Lacroix, Archbishop of Montreal, Monseigneur Lepine, and all the other bishops, Bishop Durocher from Gatineau. Know that they're very much with us in our thoughts and prayers. We do have some bishops here today. I'd like to mention the Bishop of the Anglican Network in Canada, Bishop Charlie Masters from Burlington, Ontario. Welcome. The Very Venerable Jack Manog, the Archbishop's Canon from Atlanta, Georgia. Nous avons aussi parmi nous l'évêque de Sault-Sainte-Marie, Monseigneur Marcel Damfous. From Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, the Bishop of Mackenzie Fort Smith, Bishop Mark Hageman. We have the Apostolic Nuncio to Canada, the Holy Father's representative here, Archbishop Luigi Bonazzi. The Archbishop of Kingston, Archbishop Brendan O'Brien. We have my auxiliary bishop from Ottawa here, Monseigneur Christian Riesbeck. And above all, we have our Cardinal Archbishop from Toronto, a great defender of pro-life, who I'm going to invite to come and say a few words to us, encouragement, Cardinal Thomas Collins from Toronto.
Thank you, Archbishop Pendergrass. It's very important that we're here. This is a sign of our fidelity, a witness to life, to the fact that each one of us is given the great gift of life. We do not own life, we are merely entrusted with that gift from the first moment of conception to natural death. And therefore it is important that we treasure that and that we make our position very clear in our country, because as you know, sadly in our country, both legislature and judiciary have turned us away from an appreciation for the treasure of the sanctity of life to the idea instead that we control life, which we do not. And that, especially most recently, the introduction of euthanasia and the accompanying crushing of conscience rights, these are things which bring shame upon our country and a great sadness to our hearts. So it is important that we be here in a spirit of clarity and charity, praying the Lord to help our country to come to an appreciation for the treasure of life, to do so with great love and appreciation. Head, heart, and hands, that's what we need to show. Our hands in service to all of those who may be in need of our love and care, so they're not tempted or forced towards euthanasia or something like that, or towards abortion. We have to give practical help. Our hearts, loving and caring. That's why this is a kind of a moment of prayer as well. Noise is not of God, silence is. One of the great spiritual leaders of our church, Cardinal Sarah, speaks of the power of silence. And so in that silence of our heart, we pray for the Lord to guide our country. And our heads as well. We have to think, how can we most effectively advance the cause of life? God put our heads in so prominent a place in our bodies that we must assume He wants us to use them. And so therefore we have to always amongst ourselves within the pro-life movement think clearly, what are we doing and what we are doing, is it truly effective? Are we advancing in the direction we need to advance in? Think clearly. And that's why we look to our great Saint John Paul II and the wisdom he showed us in his encyclical on life. First, if we ask in terms of what we need in this country, what we desire, we all here want, which is the elimination of euthanasia, the elimination of all abortion, and a true respect for life. If we ask for, it's either all or nothing, we're going to get nothing. St. John Paul II says, advance, get something and something until you get everything that is needed. That is the approach which we need to follow. With fidelity of purpose, if we know where we're going to get there by God's grace and by fidelity, head, heart, and hands all together in the service of life. God bless.